Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Joel Madden here, and this is Artist Friendly from Alternative Press. On today's episode, I'm talking to my friend Awsten from the band Waterparks. What's up, Awsten?
I should have worn more jewelry.
You should have worn more jewelry today.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my phone on Do Not Disturb because I don't want to be disturbed.
Put the phones on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Mm-hmm. Welcome, Awsten.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Would you like my 2 drinks?
Dude, that's ridiculous. 2 Erewhon drinks. Mr. LA, walk in.
That's right, baby.
Hit me in the face with like $3K. That's somebody's rent.
It is. That's why the only thing I drink.
That's someone's North Dakota rent.
That's right. It's the only thing I drink.
I slept in this room once.
You did?
After we shot the Royal music video, we all stayed here.
Overnight?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's cool. Was it a good sleepover spot?
Yeah, there was couches in here before. Well, there's a couch there now, but there was like couches before.
Yeah.
And then this side of the room was like just a bunch of stuff, like boxes.
Yeah.
But right there was like couches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had a sleepover.
Yeah. We had way more sleepovers in the first studio y'all had.
Yeah.
Yeah, we slept there a bunch.
That was a good studio.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
haunted though.
It was haunted.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was haunted.
I texted you, Benji, and I talked to Courtney about it, like all separately, and everybody confirmed.
It was haunted, yeah. We didn't want to tell you that before, though.
That would make me want to go there.
Yeah.
Like,
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wouldn't steer me away. I wouldn't be like, let's go stay at El Patio again.
Yeah. Exactly. How you doing?
I'm hanging. Just working on a whole bunch of stuff. The Fuck About It video is almost done. Dude, so much VFX and like editing going on. They sent it like every single frame. It's like 0.2, 0.3 seconds. You know what I mean?
Is that just...
But I'm trying to make sure all the effects like line up with like the framing and all that.
Are you always hyper-focused on all the details like that?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to be less. Well, because I would micromanage so much before.
Right.
And now I've realized that... I mean, this quote just like kept coming up and I was like, it's following me. It's like, what was it? It's like, perfection is the like enemy of progress or something like that, or like productivity, whatever it is. And I was like, you're really right. And so, and the thing is, I still get everything how I like need it to be.
Yeah. But
I also don't like get angry if something's like a slight Pantone shade different.
Right. You guys are funny, man. How long have you guys been together?
About 10 years.
How many times have you told the story of how you guys got together?
I don't know. I mean, a few, I guess.
How did you guys get together?
Okay. I met Otto because I've been in band since I was like 13. And
that's awesome.
I gave him a flyer. Is it? I gave him a flyer. Dude, Jeff is lucky. This is Jeff's first band.
Lucky.
He's so lucky. He didn't have to go through like all the like local band phases, and being like, I'm 14. I have no experience. I'm going to make some songs like,
Yeah.
And but I gave Otto a flyer and at the top it said like needs a drummer at the time.
Yeah.
And then just wound up, meeting him through that. I wish he was here because he has a way better
story.
Yes, a better side of it. Because I just, I met him and I was just like, oh my God, he can play like double bass, like 2 pedals.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa. His thing was like, this kid in a swimsuit like showed up to like where, we're practicing. And
was it like the community pool?
No, it was John's house.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's like, it was about me. He's like, he just came through in like a swimsuit and one of his legs was shaved and he had like bleach spots on his hair. And like, it was good. He was like, I'll join this band. And then I was driving him home after, or like, no, we were driving to Chipotle. We went and got Chipotle.
Yeah.
I was driving my dad's car because I didn't have a car yet.
Yeah.
And it was nighttime and I don't even remember this, but he's like, you had the windshield wipers on and it wasn't raining. And I was just like, I don't remember that at all. I also couldn't see before I got LASIK.
Yeah.
I was just like fucking blind. Like I could see like lights and stuff. They wouldn't let me drive the van a lot because of that.
Did you wear glasses?
A few times. I would mostly just operate blind.
Wow.
Everything kind of looked like, like on webcams, you look fucking awesome.
Yeah.
everything kind of looked like that. And then I got LASIK and I was like, oh no, my skin.
Yeah. You have good skin.
Thank you. I try. I drank Crystal Geyser water
your whole life. 20 bottles a day.
Delicious. Refreshing.
In Houston.
Yeah. I didn't move here till 2018.
So 10 years ago, you could say that like being in like whatever the genre is, forget about genre, but like you could say like the world of music you guys come from is like steeped in like pop punk and emo and all this different stuff that comes from this world of garage bands. So it's really what I call like a garage music. Like you started in the bedroom or in the garage.
Yeah.
You could say that 10 years ago, that wasn't actually like in vogue or in fashion to start a band.
No, not at that point.
It was kind of like EDM.
It was EDM,
pop.
Like obviously like hip hop, pop, like the what was it? It was like very like, it was like post MySpace, like neon. There was like neon vibes to it, and like obviously like Young Money shit was really like Lil Wayne was like the dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously like Kanye and stuff too. But yeah, that was what was going on back then. And yeah, being in a band was not on the
It was
upswing.
definitely not like what it means now to start a band.
No.
Being in a band is a different thing.
No.
10 years ago, it felt like it was kind of it was strange. There wasn't as many bands. It's just weird how that
thing
works.
is, I still like it. The idea of doing something like by yourself feels so strange to me though.
Right.
Like I feel like that would be hard. Even if I do, like a lot of what happens or what, people see, or, I'm like directing this or, making this or doing the merch for this drop or whatever. Like it would still feel weird doing it like alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also I want to give people room to hate me and like Jeff, like be fans of Jeff.
Right.
You know what I mean? I used to
I didn't
catfish
think about
dudes in the van on OK Cupid. I was like real bored.
What is OK Cupid?
OK Cupid's like OG dating site. Like if you still use it, you're weird. But like,
okay.
But OK Cupid was a dating site. I was Claire Bear 69, and I just Googled like brunette girl, and like used that as the profile picture.
Wow, that's weird.
It wasn't even like an over the top like, like here's my boobs. Like it was nothing like that. It was like I found the most like down the middle.
Who are you looking to reek?
Boys.
Just any or like a certain like.
Well, here's the thing. I never reached out to anybody, and I typed really crazy. I was seeing basically like how crazy I could be, and they would still talk to me, and they always would, no matter what.
Huh?
There's like dudes are so horny.
you know
what?
That's. I didn't know that you did that. That's an interesting thing found out about you.
I got screenshots.
Wow.
There. Right. I'm in the high def folder. Let me get out of here. It's not in there.
What in your mind?
Dude, what if I made a shirt that was just like all the screenshots of me catfishing dudes?
That is so crazy.
Why? It was funny.
Is it just to entertain yourself?
Yeah, or show like the guys. I'd be like, yo, I talked about eating
this
shit.
This guy really likes me. Check him out. He just told me all about his life.
Or like, but like people's opening lines are so ridiculous.
So are you trolling? Are they particularly bad people, or are they just like?
I think all dudes on dating apps,
horny guys.
All dudes on dating apps, when they're horny, they're bad.
Okay, they do things that you don't agree with.
Yeah, horny boys need to be punished.
I'm trying to find I'm trying to find the kind of the principle you were acting on.
Dude, it was like 12 through 16. There's no principle.
4 years of it. Okay.
Oh yeah, like this is not a short bit.
This is a hobby.
Yeah,
this
like
is a hobby.
This dude just said, he's a chef. He said, I love food, and he's a chef, and he's giving a thumbs up. And I said, I loved my grandpappy Archie, but the Lord and Shepherd took him away, so okay, and some question marks. And I'd say like shit like that,
just
and they'd
weird
always still
shit.
reply, like trying to keep it going.
Just weird shit.
Yeah.
What in your mind, in your thought process, drives you to these? This is like, you showing me that actually like makes sense that you would do that.
What?
Because you have a kind of a mischievous
Yeah, I like to
side to you.
Yeah.
I don't have that. It doesn't live in me.
Really?
It doesn't live in me at all.
It drives so much of what I do.
It doesn't live in, and to be honest, like, and maybe the way you've had to interact with the world, you came up a little. You're way younger than me, so you came up in a time where like I never used a dating app ever in my life.
Me either. Not for real.
So all I'm saying
my
is,
mom likes bread.
Is I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm simple in that way.
Okay.
I'm not saying I'm a simple guy. But there's sides of us that we all have that are different.
Yeah.
Right. Your mischievous side it feels like a big part of your of you continuously weave that into a lot of things you do. There's a lot of mischievous, which is interesting. If there was ever any negative feedback, which I actually think there's more from my experience, especially around your band, which is one of the big reasons you're here, right? Talking is you're in a very important rock band. One of the bands I think is one of the most important bands of its time. When I look at it as a music scholar, right? Love music and I love to study why I think things are what they are and where how did that become what it is.
Yeah.
It's what I enjoy the most about music is breaking down how it became.
Yeah.
Like who the person is, where they come from, what they went through to make the art to organically grow.
Well, see, there's certain things I wouldn't have written if I wasn't like petty like that.
Yeah, exactly. So what I think part of what makes Waterparks music so special is the mischievousness of it, and the way you approach expressing what you think and how you feel in your music is it is pointed, you know?
Yeah.
So it's part of why we like Waterparks, because you say things in a way that I could never say it, and then you said it, and I digest it and go, wow, like the way he delivered that is different than how I've heard anyone do it.
That's the whole thing. One time I heard somebody say, it was I'm not gonna quote it correctly, but it was like the best way you can try and like make whether it's like lyrics or poetry or whatever, it's like you pick a feeling like that you're dealing with like really strongly, and you try and word it in a way that nobody else has yet. That's like genuine to your thing, and like that's like the goal.
That's what you've done. You have done it record over record over record.
Yeah, well that's the thing. That's like I think I heard that during the first album, like recording that.
But that to me, okay, so this is to be your friend, right?
Yes.
To be someone who knows you is part of what makes you what attracts people to you, and what I think makes you fun to be friends with, is that side of you that's mischievous, that's what you would say is petty, I would say more, and environment, detail oriented. So you would get caught up on a detail that no one else would actually notice. So maybe it's how I said something, or I said something in passing, or they did that. You get your detail oriented.
Yeah.
If you look at how you dress and how the words you use and how you scrutinize every detail of the video you're making or the album you're making, you're very detail oriented. And that plays out in relationships as well. And in your relationship with the world, your relationship with other people, maybe even your relationship with yourself. Some of it probably good, some of it probably not, right?
He's right.
But you're the kind of friend where I go, I'm going in to see Awsten, and I think of something fun to do, like a la come in with two
Erewhon
drinks.
Not just 2 drinks, but 2 Erewhon drinks.
But think about this, because I'm making a point here, because I think it affects everything.
Yeah.
This is not my thought process when I'm coming in to do a podcast.
Right.
Is like, what can I walk in with that'll only Awsten would make a big deal out of?
Right.
And I go, oh, you know what I'll do? I'll get 2 protein shakes and walk in with them
one for each arm,
and walk in with them in my mouth like this. And Awsten, it elicited the same exact reaction I thought it would, which was fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's...
I was like, okay, Rich, just hit me in the face with like $5,000.
and it's funny and it's fun and it's inspired by who you are.
Yeah.
And that's interesting to me when I think about it. I go, okay, that's just how my brain's wired.
Yeah.
I always like dissect like the greatness of people and why are they so special and how did they become who they are? And I go, okay, to know Austin, to love him. I've known you a long time now, and you're uniquely you always. So I never am offended by anything. Mm-hmm. But I'm also not someone who's hard. I think I'm lucky enough to be one of those people that I just don't get offended by people. Mm-hmm. It's just not in my
right.
I'm not wired that way. I think the attraction with you and your band and the music is a lot of it is that like that mischievous, like pointed, sharp way you point things out in really creative wordplay is what I love about your music.
Hey.
But the wrong person could take that personally and they could say, what's he saying about me? And
but that's the problem. Thing is a lot of people, I think not everybody, sometimes, people are allowed to like things, they're allowed to dislike things, fine. But I feel like a lot of people, especially in alt world that don't like me, are just feeling they like it's rooted in themselves. I feel like it's something where they're like projecting out some like, well, I feel like I can't do this kind of thing or say this kind of thing.
Of course.
Why does he want to do all these things? Or,
That's interesting though. Because
by the way, I like the idea that you walk around with 2 Erewhon drinks everywhere you go, not just for me.
You know what?
That's a good character.
For the sake of you respecting me more and liking me more, I will say that I do every day. But the truth of the matter is I did that today because I thought you would think it was funny.
I do think it's funny. I love it.
And that is the
only way it would be better is if you were like, I Postmated those here. You walk in with the Postmate receipt too?
I did.
Yeah! Rich.
In fact, I pulled up and the guy was standing there. He had just gotten here and he was holding it. Yeah. And I went, that's for me.
Joel Madden. This is for Joelathan Madden.
So, but it's a nice thing to be a guy who inspires that out of people to have that kind of fun because it's fun. That being said, a person who may hear so here's the nature of music. We say you or they or I or me, we in songs. So people are going to interpret that when they listen to it in their headphones. Yeah. And then you say you, they go, he's talking about me.
Like when Drake goes, you broke bitch. I'm like, he's talking about me.
Exactly. Why are you saying that to me?
Yeah, I'm like, dude, fuck you, man.
I hate you. Why are you saying that? And you're not. You're saying it to the
invisible antagonist that
lives in your that lives rent free in your head.
Yeah.
Right. So we all have that. We have the invisible antagonist who lives in our mind. Yeah. And when we say we. We're saying
we the best.
Right. Is he saying I'm the best? Is he saying me and the people I work with,
my
me and
cohorts.
my family? We take those things very literally when we listen to art and music that strikes us, good or bad. Right. I always wonder when someone's so angry about a song. Why do you hate it that much? Who cares? Like,
right.
Keep it moving. Let this artist live. Like, let them have their success.
If there is anybody that I hate like that, I just mute their name in every variation. I mute their handles. I mute everything because I don't like, this is the thing is one, I don't have the energy to be like angry about shit. You know what I mean? Like,
but can you see it and feel nothing?
Sometimes
I can.
I feel like I'm missing out on some good things because of it. And I know it's not nice and I know it's not good and it's not cool and all this stuff, but there's just certain people that for some reason get me.
I get it. Trying to think of anyone that does. I just don't. I'm not. You know what? I'll take that back.
You have one?
No, I've seen people on social media.
Oh, okay.
That I find are mean.
Well, yeah.
And it really
I don't
hurts
say
my
it.
feelings.
I don't put it out there.
I don't like bullies.
No, of course not.
And I don't like mean for no reason. I don't like that's where I've stopped and went like, ooh, that guy burns me. He's really like, what he's saying is dangerous. What he's saying is mean. What he's saying is hurting someone right now. Like that hit, for whatever reason, it hits me deep. It hits me deep when I still see people that are being actively, aggressively like
I get
mean.
that, yeah.
And that just like, it's
So that's on Twitter, isn't it?
it is on Twitter. Sometimes on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see bullying on Instagram. I also don't read Instagram comments nearly as
It's
much.
not as prevalent as Twitter. Twitter has more bullies.
Actually, yeah, that is true because, I mean, just another thing.
And you're faceless on Twitter, so you just get to be.
True.
So the thing I think we naturally do is we read things and we give the faceless person behind it as much credit as we give ourselves.
See, and that's so crazy. And I think about that. If I get like, well, first off, I don't look at Twitter messages.
Right.
Ever.
Huh.
Instagram ones, I look at if I'm like really bored. And even then sometimes someone might say some really crazy mean shit. And I go to their thing and I'm like, of course it's private and there's like a cartoon profile picture. You know what I mean? And I think about it and I'm like, this... it's been a difficult thing to get used to over the years. You know, people just being really mean out of nowhere.
It's unnatural.
Yeah, no, it is. Like nobody should have to like absorb that much information about themselves, especially like unelicited, like from all these strangers who don't even fucking like. It's a
Also,
very
if we were
unnatural.
all in a room together in real life,
we should all know less.
And if we were all in a room together in real life, we would all be at the very least.
Yeah.
Like we would probably be friendly.
Yeah.
At the very least, we'd be respectful.
Right. See, I think that, or the thought that I have is like, I picture who it probably is. Or if I see someone saying some mean shit, and I'm like, bro, your profile picture is like us at a meet and greet. What the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Like, I think about it. I'm like, if you were here right now, you would never say that to me.
No, and you wouldn't say that to them either.
I know. That's the thing.
You would all just be respectful.
But people feel safe. It's kind of like when people are in cars. You know what I mean? Like when they're like honking and fucking around.
Road rage.
Dude, it's two pieces of metal between you both.
Digital road rage.
Yeah. Yo. That's good. You should coin that.
I just said it. As soon as this airs,
Patent pending TM.
It will be coined.
There we go. Culture being made.
Doesn't seem fair.
What? How so?
I think in general, people like fair too.
Yeah.
I think it's our nature to like things to be fair.
Yeah.
Even if we see it's not fair for someone else in real life, we would actually give up to have it be fair.
Yeah.
I think that's like our nature.
I think so too.
And I think
if you're a good person.
Yeah, but
sometimes if they're like angry or scared, they'll like project and be like, fuck you.
But I think 99 out of 100 people are good people.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
It's crazy. I think I'm too online to think
we're on a 1%. I think the 1% idea is a real thing in all directions.
Really?
Yeah, I think most people are good.
Well, there's some days where I don't post anything. I don't go online. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to share anything and have that perception come in. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at like the analytics on a tweet, it's so fucking freaky. It's like this tweet apparently reached like 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, whatever people. I'm like, no one should have to see like that's a shit post.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, I was like, like da-da-da-da-da-da.
Being cheeky.
And then it's like, oh God, this is out there.
Is there a side of you, I always wonder this, because I know it exists in you, because we've had some really great, deep, meaningful conversations. Is there a side of you where a fan or someone that you meet that's maybe really looks up to you? I use the word fan broadly,
right? So
I'm not using it to categorize anyone, but really because all the people, I've gone to a lot of your shows. I think you have this really, it's a cool. The people that like your band are cool. They're music fans. They're also, it feels to me like they're all really kind of individuals and unique, and like, because you have this, like, you have a super cool, the archetype of your fan is cool. Now I'm also guessing they're all, it's not a surface level it doesn't feel surface level. It feels like they really care about your art, care about your music.
Yeah.
They listen to the words, they understand, they particularly like you. And then there's a Waterparks fan who likes Jeff and Otto, and maybe they have a relationship to you guys. But they're unique. They're a special kind of fan. Is there a side of you where someone who meets you shares something that maybe they've been through?
Yes.
And something that's painful?
Yes.
They're sharing that your music has helped them through that?
Yes. Every day. And sometimes on tour, it gets really heavy.
And is there a side of you that stops, listens, and maybe gives that fan some encouragement, some comfort?
Yeah.
And like, is there a side of you that I would say is that softer, maybe more, that it's not mischievous, it's not, it's actually like the guy who, I think probably the Awsten, maybe someone in a relationship with you who gets to see, right?
Yeah.
I've gotten to see it, so that's why I know it exists. But I don't think the world gets to see it.
Yeah. Well, it's because you have to have a wall, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you do.
I don't have as much of a wall. I think I have a little bit of a wall.
You have a wall. Of course you do.
I do have a wall. I guess I do.
Yeah.
But I share. I share pretty.
Well, yeah. I mean, and that's the thing is I also share. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, not everything. There's pieces that I like to compartmentalize a bit and like keep separate.
But so where I'm going is like, I actually think that who you are to the world is who you are. I don't think that should change. I think it's interesting to think about the kid somewhere out there that has gone through a lot.
Well, dude, and that's the thing is sometimes, okay, at meet and greet, if we are like talking or like meeting after a show or whatever, and something is brought up, then like they're not getting like the, like they're not getting like, they're not going to get like a fuck around answer. Like there's obviously like, I'm a genuine person. The guys are genuine people.
Yeah.
We'll like talk about it.
You guys care deeply.
And sometimes I'll, like I don't, because I don't reply to like everything that I see, but I'll get messages that
something will strike you.
Yeah, and I'll be like, fuck. And like sometimes I do reach out. I'm like, yo, thank you so much for sending this. Like, I hope things get better. Like, but it's also, like I said, I mean, there are times I go to therapy like multiple times a week. There are certain times where it's like, you don't have that much to offer.
Well, yeah, other than the truth of the matter is that as artists, the only way we can actually help people is making art.
Yeah.
But then if you get that opportunity where someone can meet you, like it's happened to me a million times, and they tell you their story, they share with you, and you can just tell them, keep going.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. You can give them a hug. You can tell them how much that means to you.
Yeah.
You can tell them, those moments. I actually those were always some of my favorite moments when I was out there doing it. When I was out there meeting people all the time, and I was playing shows all the time. It was those moments where I could tell they were going through it or they'd been through it.
Yeah.
And I had as well. And I could. So when you see it, because you know it, the look, the.
Oh yeah, you can recognize it.
And I could just tell someone, hey, I hope, even just to hear, like, I hope it. Yeah. Especially someone that they like you, they look up to you, they like your music, to just give them some warmth, to tell them that you care.
Well, then that's the thing is sometimes I think I don't recognize like the weight of something so small, like something like that, a small gesture, like what you said, like keep going, how much that can do for somebody. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if I said it to me, I'd be like, yeah, duh. Or like, whatever, man.
But that's because you're that's the humility of you, right? Is you don't actually understand the power of what you have to offer. And that's a good thing. It's not. That's why you can make genuine art, because you're being honest. And if you were walking around with the weight of like every word I say could actually, you can't walk around with that. But every now and then,
to be able to handle that, you'd have to be like an egomaniac asshole.
You would have to
be able to like process it and be able to be like to carry on normally. Like my words are gold.
Well, it's like to want that. it is a certain kind of thing, you know, and what I'm saying though is what you don't realize it, but like a lot of people are no one's telling them keep going.
Yeah.
They're actually living in a world every day where all the people around them are negative and no one's cheerleading them. Yeah. We just live in a different environment because we chose to be in this environment.
Right.
We left the environment we were in to be in this environment.
Right.
And now we're in an environment where we're probably surrounded by much more positive than negative because we chose to be here. So I think that people that would move from what you could say is a negative environment to a more positive environment, and then they continue to move towards that more positive environment is the natural. It's like the natural progression of someone who's trying to reach for better in life.
That makes sense.
And so I think that we live in an environment where we have at least a few consistent people around us saying, like, you can do it, keep going, keep trying, you can do it. That's, to me, actually the most important thing that human beings can get is support, cheerleading. Mm-hmm. And then the rest you figure out as you go. Of course, there's so many different, like, philosophically, there's a lot of things we could talk about that, like all the different the different ways we grow. Mm-hmm. But the main through line for me with I think with success, as far as your environment goes and the people you're around, is positive reinforcement, cheerleading, versus negative, toxic,
right,
all that stuff.
Well, dude, I think all those things make those people feel worse. They might not know it yet, but like when those people like engage in that kind of thing, it kind of like subconsciously creates like more anxiety or more of like a defense thing. It makes them go more inward as opposed to, I guess.
But when they get to meet someone that they listen to every day and they love, and he says like something positive, they take that. That's actually like maybe even more impactful than the people around them in their kind of local environment. Yeah. I think that like that is interesting. I just think it's the side of you that stops it, because I know it happens when someone comes to, whether it's a meet and greet or outside of a show or on the, you're at Starbucks and someone sees you and goes, "Hey, I love your band." Yeah. And this song in particular helped me because I went through this, blah, blah, blah.
Actually, that did happen at a coffee spot like a week ago.
Of course.
Somebody was like, I listened to 21 Questions like 30 times like in the last couple days. I'm like, I am so sorry for whatever you're going through. Yeah. I hope that gets better, man.
Yeah. And that's important. I think that's one of the powerful things about making art and then having people love it is they're going to it as a source of something. Yeah. We're not just listening to music. When songs strike us, they're not just, it's not whatever. Right. This song's catchy. Mm-hmm. There's, especially in the kinds of music we make, it's more emotional.
Yeah, you're gonna feel something.
Yeah, it's like it's steeped in emotion. It's and a feeling. Yeah. So people are listening to it because it kind of evokes, it inspires something that they've either been through or they feel. Right. So they're gonna have a different relationship with you than, say, a algorithmic pop song that also has a place in the world, because sometimes we need to shut our brains off and listen to
Old Navy commercials. Can't be quiet.
Exactly. And we need that as well. That's why I don't get personally like mad at different, at music if I don't like something. Actually, as a parent, sometimes I'll hear lyrics for something, some music my kids are listening to, and I'll be like, damn, I wish that artist would think a little bit more about what they're saying and how they're talking about things, because they have all these young kids listening to the music. And
that's crazy.
That's actually how I feel as a parent. I'm like, damn, I wish it felt like there was a little bit more thought put into like what you're saying and how you're saying it, because you're teaching this kid how to talk about this kid. And I get it if they're like, yeah, fuck off, whatever. Like I get that.
Well, right, because that's so crazy. Like because there's no way like that you can like, I mean, maybe you would recognize it, but like that shift, because when you're younger, you'd probably be like, yeah, you know what I mean? And like be about it.
I've also been around.
Right.
And I've seen it all.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of times I know they're not really about what they're talking about anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you have a catchy song here, but you're not even about that. Because I've been here too long.
Yeah.
I know you.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll just feel that way, but I don't want to say it because I'm not the parent that's censoring I tell my kids, you're going to decide for yourself.
Right.
You figure it out. You listen. You ask me what I think, I'm going to tell you.
But it's interesting though, because like I recognized this with my dad like earlier this year, I think, or last year or something, where one of his favorite movie was Dirty Dancing for a very long time.
Great movie.
Great movie. But
classic.
I asked him.
Go ahead.
I don't remember exactly how it came up, but I was like, is your favorite movie still Dirty Dancing? He was like, I don't know if it is anymore. Because he's like, I was watching it and I didn't like how Patrick Swayze was disrespecting the dad and like going against his wishes and I was like, Dad, holy shit. I was like, you feel this because now you're older and like I've got a younger sister and it's like, and she's with her boyfriend and like you now you no longer identify
like how does it feel
with
to be the
strong
dad?
Stallion dude like
how
who's
does it
like
feel to be the dad?
Yeah, I'm like you now identify with the dad and it's a way less fun point of view for you. And he's like, it could be that. I'm like, it is that. How do you not see it? It's crystal clear. Like you identify with the old dad now as opposed to like the cool young guy. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, and it's crazy that you don't see it.
It's crazy. It's funny.
Anyway, yeah, that just like that brought me back to that. I was like, no way. Like when the perspective of something that you've like been around for that long changes based on your position in the world. That's crazy.
And your experience, and
yeah.
Sometimes I hear stuff and I'm like, I don't feel anything towards the artist.
Right.
Like I'm not like, and my
you're not like Westboro Baptist, like
no. I'm just like sitting there and it's catchy. Sometimes I'll be, but I listen. I hear lyrics, so it's just my ear is trained.
Yeah.
So I hear every word.
Right. And
I hear how they said it, and I can almost hear all the way through to like them recording it in the booth.
Yeah.
I can hear like
I listen to things like that sometimes where I'm like, man, that would sound so strange coming in dry.
It's actually like, I think it's called critical listening.
Well, you probably get it from like being in studios and hearing your own stuff back and like and like me at home like demoing, I hear my dry vocals more than like anybody has.
It's tens of thousands of hours of a specific thing, right? Mm-hmm. Vocal recording is one of those for me, and so in recording in general. So I think I hear every lyric and every performance.
Dude, it sucks how I hear things. I'm like,
my kids are like, Dad, I don't even know the words. I don't even listen to the words. And I'm like,
oh, cop out.
And I'm like, okay, well, I do. You asked me what I thought.
Yeah.
Like me and my son listen to music a lot together. Mm-hmm. We are in the car to like. We're traveling across around the state for like baseball or something, and we're like driving in the car a lot. We listen to a lot of music, and I'm down. Like he'll DJ and he'll just play all the music he wants to hear. I'm way down. I love it. It also is good for me.
That's crazy because like I was always nervous to play music around my parents.
I have there's zero like shame around like what you like. I don't.
Yeah.
And
but I was always kind of listening like. Do you guys like this? Is this weird? Should I turn this off?
And I don't always get it though. Sometimes he likes something and he's like, "What do you think?" And I'll be like, "I don't know. Actually, I don't get it yet."
Mm-hmm. That's a good answer. I don't get it yet.
But he's confident in what he likes and he likes what he likes.
Yeah.
And I'll listen or if he says, "What do I think?" and I actually have an opinion on like what they're talking about.
Right.
I'll tell him. Mm-hmm. And he's always like, "Yeah, Dad, I know you feel that way because you don't think they should be talking about like this drug or this thing or this because kids, he'll break it down for me and he'll say, of course you feel that way. But I just have to say how I feel.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
You're like, maybe you shouldn't take Molly and drive. And he's like, whatever, Dad.
Yeah. He's like, okay, Dad. I was like,
fucking loser.
Do you and your friends even know what lean is? Do you know It's a tricky one because it seems so nonchalant.
It looks so good,
and it seems like it's not harmful.
Yeah,
but it's fucking dangerous.
Yeah, of course
and
it
you
is.
become a drug addict. You know, but it's so easy because it's just and he's like, I know, Dad. That's the thing is like I actually don't want him to stop. Or my kids or anyone's kids. That's my perspective. I'm not going to police my kids exploring like art and music. And
I got a Linkin Park CD for my birthday when I was like 8, and my mom
solid CD.
My mom returned it.
Really?
Yeah, but a friend put them on a like a mix CD for me, and
my mom didn't let me listen to secular music either when I was a kid.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is it was very like. I think she didn't like when they were like, shut up. Shut up. You know what I mean? She was like, he's going to start saying,
shut up
he's
when you're talking to me.
Yeah. He's going to start saying, shut up. And so.
And you did.
I did. I say it a lot.
Regardless of the Linkin Park CD staying in your possession or not. The people that like your music will tend to have had somewhat of a in the world of the same experience you had.
Dude, it's surprising. Sometimes I see tweets or whatever, like on the timeline or like, on the like I said, that side private one, like I'll see like random people who, you know, have like interacted with or like their stuff before. They're talking about stuff in their life, and I'm like, oh my God, like a lot of people have like religious shit.
So
specifically
for those people, let's say that there's someone out there right now struggling with maybe their mental health. Would you say to them that you feel like therapy is the first step in the direction of like working that out?
Yeah.
Getting support.
Yeah. Of course. I mean, there's like other little things you can do. Like,
well, okay. So what if they said, well, I can't afford therapy?
I'd be like, fuck. No, I'd be like, I mean, okay, this is tricky because I've seen people get their asses beat online for trying to suggest like things that may help your mental state.
Right.
And I think people misinterpret it.
I'm not going to beat your ass.
No, I know. But listeners, man, we're not alone right now. Yeah. They have the room bugged.
They do.
I'm saying like, and I think maybe people misinterpret this as a way of like, it's like, obviously this isn't like a cure. Like these aren't like
it's just things you find helpful.
Yeah. Like going on walks, not like having a shitload of like energy drinks and caffeine and stuff like because it makes me fucking anxious. And if I stay inside, I'll feel worse. Like I don't get out of bed, make sure you shower, get dressed. Like
any reading materials out there?
I mean, yeah, like I've got this app that like makes you read. It's like, what are you interested in? And it like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to read this for like 5 minutes a day. You know what I mean?
You know what app I like? Cause I meditate. Another
thing. Is it Calm or Headspace or
Breathe?
Yeah. I don't know that one.
It's great. It has like really great meditations. It's got hypnosis stuff in there.
Ooh, dude, I had a hypno person for like a little over a year where I would do that. I would do normal therapy and then I would do hypno.
I love hypno.
Me too. And I've got my normal guy doing some hypno stuff now, or like the brain spotting.
I don't know that.
They get like a silver thing with a red thing on the end.
Yeah.
And they like talk to you about like some, you know, traumatic shit or whatever.
Oh, wow.
And you like keep watching the thing. And then, you know, like, I guess they're like watching if your eyes do something or if they recognize some kind of like, you know, whatever. They're like, what was that? And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, what were you just thinking about? I'm like, oh, I guess like, you know, this and this and this and this. And then they're like, interesting. And they keep it held there. Because it's like, there's parts of your brain that store different memories or whether it's like painful things or whatever.
Pathways.
Yeah. And it's kind of about like finding those spots and like processing them and trying to like get it out.
Huh.
You know what I mean?
That's cool.
Yeah.
But like for someone out there that's like saying, I can't afford therapy. And, you know, I always try to think of like a few steps ahead of like every no that I can get. I want to think of I want to try to find a yes.
There are a lot of online things.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's meditation things that I use all the time. Like there's like some transcendental
meditating
ones on
for
YouTube.
Me, meditating is a really like clutch thing to have.
It's hard sometimes. Like when I've got like 10 things due and, you know, I'm like, oh God, I know so-and-so's blowing me up right now and I've got this going on and whatever. It's hard for me to focus.
Yeah.
But if somebody can't afford therapy.
But also I think with meditation, you can't judge how you do it.
No, I know. You can't.
So if you do it for 5 minutes or 3 minutes or 2 minutes to start, you do grow in it. and like the main thing I always try to tell people is with any of this, with meditation, with therapy, with personal growth, right? I mean, some people say self-help. I always say personal growth. I look at people and they could say, well, I can't do that. Well, I can't do that. And I'll offer like 20 things. And usually there's one in there they can do. And then one leads to another. You end up doing another and another, and you start to grow. That's personal growth. I think it is the number one thing I tell people is self-love comes first. Don't judge yourself. Love yourself. And then try. And then, I mean, we all need to do it more.
Yeah.
We all need to love ourselves more. Austin.
Hey.
You need to love yourself a little bit more. But that's it, man. I think is when I think about the fans I've met of yours, and I think about not to say they're all it's not all your fans. But it's all people, really. Right. Like it's especially people who
everybody. I think everybody should have therapy, dude.
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree with that. I think that therapy should be in school. I mean, I know it's idealistic, and there's no way like schools could afford this.
Taxes.
But like the idea that there would be like a therapist in your school, I think that a lot of people that listen to our music, yours and mine, need to continually be given the support and the encouragement to take care of themselves and to love themselves and to seek out ways to grow, you know, and to get better.
Yeah,
you have a very kind of a fun way of sharing the real shit, like. In a light way that makes it feel like, you know, I think normal.
Yeah.
It's good.
I like it. Thank you.
How's the new record? You excited?
It's the best one.
One.
I know people say that shit. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But I'm just saying, like, every single song, I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I don't know when this is coming out, but I'm like, dude, y'all have heard Funeral Grey, Self-Sabotage, and Fuck About It. Straight bangers so far. And I'm just telling you, it gets better.
That's great.
It's crazy.
I love all your records.
Thank you. Dude, wait, have you not heard this one?
I haven't heard the whole record. It's wrong.
We gotta change that.
Yeah.
I want to play it for people. Like, I want to go places and be like, hey, sign this and, you know, put your fucking phone on airplane mode or whatever.
And like, let's listen.
Yeah.
You can do that. They're called listenings. Listening sessions.
Listenings.
Yeah, listening sessions.
If anybody is listening to this and wants to do a listening, what's up?
Tweet at Awsten.
At Awsten, spelled bad.
I reached out to Peeps.
Did you?
You know, the marshmallow.
Yeah, of course.
Birds.
Yep. I like them.
I just fucking love them.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do something, and they actually responded, but it didn't go anywhere.
What do you want to do?
I want to do a collaboration.
Like, what do you mean? Like
Peeps and Peeps. Wouldn't that be sick? Make merch.
First off, that's crazy.
Fucking
I like it.
Sick. I would rock that.
Dude,
so
that'd be amazing.
And Peeps colors are purple and black.
Yeah. Okay.
And
oh, so you
Peeps
just get like a
is
pastel
very purple.
one.
Yeah, you
pastel
do.
Purple and
throw
like
a little yellow in there.
Yeah. Peeps.
Purple hoodie. Peeps in yellow with Peeps on the back, or I don't know, it's just something fucking cool.
Yeah, get the name in white embroidered across it. Mm-hmm. That'd be good. Everybody who uses Veeps and buys like a VIP thing through there should get some Veeps Peeps.
Well, that's the thing is we should do a collaboration where we do merch and we do candy and we have Veeps Peeps.
That's really good. I love good marketing.
Actually, at the company at Peeps, we have the big company-wide monthly stand-up meeting, and there's when people get highlighted for their work, you know, like they're doing great work at the company. There's a Veeps Peeps award for them.
I like it.
If you want to know what kind of CEO I am,
I like it.
Veeps Peeps. Most important part.
Yeah.
But That's funny.
Peeps are good though, but they're polarizing.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of like candy corn in the way that people are like,
love them or hate them.
Fuck that. Yeah. I'm a fan of Peeps.
You know, I don't necessarily like love the way they taste.
I have a sugar issue.
I just have like a nostalgic feeling whenever I see them. It reminds me of like being little. And like, I actually think
like Easter
making s'mores with Peeps.
That's a good idea.
Would actually be a better, more fun experience because the little sugar.
You should be marketing.
It would be the little sugar would burn like a creme brulee.
Dude.
It would caramelize and it would make a really good. And so I try to use Peeps whenever I can for s'mores.
Are you sure they're not a sponsor?
No,
dude. Okay,
they're not a sponsor.
I think
I'm telling you all the benefits.
We should run Peeps. I think we could make it a campaign called "Remember Peeps," and it's like remember how they made you feel. But we implement them.
Member, MEMBER.
I like that too. Like it's very. The whole thing is nostalgia based, but the way you do it is you implement Peeps into places they weren't before in the past. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like sitting by the campfire, and it's like, remember sitting by the campfire?
Well, think about this. Okay,
Peeps,
Awsten, this is why creativity matters, right?
Yeah.
Because we are the best marketers.
Yeah.
So imagine the 4th of July Peeps. Yeah. Because it's a whole new holiday that Peeps now has.
They shoot into the sky and it makes a peep.
There's not a real, besides hot dogs and hot dog buns, right? Which not everybody these days eats hot dogs.
Right.
We know too much now.
I'll still eat a hot dog, dude. I don't give a shit. I'm from Texas.
But Peeps,
yeah,
we still accept.
We do.
Corn syrup.
Yeah, for now.
For now.
That's really good. It's
like
we
can
make
Peeps.
Santa, like a Santa
Peeps
peep.
Poppers.
It's like as part of the nostalgia thing. It's for Christmas. He comes down the thing. His face is a peep.
Imagine this. Peeps.
Go.
For Christmas and Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And all of the holidays, Kwanzaa, everything. Yep. You have little marshmallows that are in the Peeps box, but they're like this big.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And they're little snowmen.
Yep.
And you put them in your hot chocolate. You break them off and you put them in your hot chocolate.
Why are we giving them this for free? This is crazy. Dude, car horns, beep.
Yeah.
It's peep instead of beep now?
Yeah.
Do we just implement them everywhere throughout our lives?
Anywhere
and
that memories? It will fit. Anywhere that'll fit.
Okay. Back to the Christmas one because I just fucking love Christmas time.
Christmas is the best.
I'm saying like mall Santa, but like his face is a peep on like a classic photo of like some kids with them.
Yep.
Dude. They could really do something with this.
Little videos of stop animation Peeps. You know?
Yes. Press cast.
So the idea is...
Can you guys finally fucking make a shirt that says alt press is good press? Like alt press is good press?
That's a great shirt.
I've been pitching it for years and nobody fucking listens to me.
Alt press is good press. That's actually the tagline of the podcast now.
I'm just saying, I've been trying to get them to use this for so long.
So the magazine... You know, which I love is, to me, it's morphing into this like the interviews and stuff are becoming to me more true to like if two artists were hanging out. And I actually think these conversations are it's like a cover interview essentially, where I'm not trying to fish information out of you so that I can get a little, something salacious.
What do you think of so-and-so?
Get some headline that really starts something. Yeah. Like that's the nature of media. Media is meant to originally media was just was getting information out. Mm-hmm. What a media became though is it's getting headlines that people click through. Mm-hmm. And then as long as they click through and they read for this long period of time, it's worth this much. And it became this metric thing where like they're now just fishing for that headline versus like an artist being able to be themselves and express themselves.
Stream Gladiator by Waterparks featuring Josh Madden.
Exactly. Josh nails it there.
Dude, people like people that like really listen to us and follow us closely know, but I've got like, so that was from, we were driving around, it was right before Fandom came out, and we were just like talking in the car about her. He was like, doing one of, like Josh is good at just like going for a while. You know what I mean? Like talking about stuff. And at a certain point I was like, do you mind if I record this? And he was like, okay, go ahead. And kept going. And I was like, boom. There's like a 20-minute version of that song where I just like let him just But then I felt better like condensing it, and also,
well, it was actually the way you got out all the good parts was actually like you get the message,
right?
Which you have to condense it, and to me, so that's the thing. Is I was talking to Alternative Press, going, so look, this podcast, it has to feel like artist to artist. It's a interview, but it's more just people getting to sit. To feel like they're in the room sitting at the table with artists actually just being themselves.
Right.
And like, listen, you're going to promote your record for the next 2 years. That's just that just happens when you're out there in the world living and doing whatever. But what, for me, the most important thing is what the people that I've been inviting to come and hang and talk, it's more for me imagining what a fan's getting out of the experience of hearing someone that they maybe loved, or maybe they love you more now, or maybe like, who knows, but I want them to get to hear a true conversation. The part of this that I really like is being able to like hang out with people that I like, and also show other people why I like them so much, because ultimately, like, they're good people, and you're a good person.
Thank you. Even though I catfish dudes.
You would argue.
Even though I catfish fucking dudes.
I still don't understand what motivates you to do that.
It's so funny. It makes me laugh so much.
I mean, everybody's got their hobbies.
Yeah. I never like arrange meetups.
That would be me.
I feel like that'd be me because that wastes gas money.
Well, you wouldn't go.
Well, no, I'm saying for them. I don't want to waste their gas money.
Right.
I just want to fuck around on my rectangle.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't arrange a meetup ever.
I'm not.
Yeah, I know you won't. Awesome. Great.
Hell yeah.
When are you guys going back on tour?
Fucking never. I don't
Good.
want to ever.
Stay here.
Yeah. I just want to hang out.
Yeah.
I just want to hang out. I want to make dope shit. And that's it. I don't want to sleep in a bus with 12 dudes.
It's a tough life.
It's yucky.
Yeah. People don't understand that sometimes.
But
because it looks like so much fun, because it is fun.
It is fun. The show is fun.
Sharing the bus with 12.
Yeah, you sleep bad for like 3 months. Like,
You lose your voice all the time.
Lose your voice, and then like people online are like, wasn't as good. I'm like, dude, I've been out. We just did 4 tours back to back. I don't want to think about that shit.
That's good. So you have nothing lined up.
Well, we have the UK in February.
Oh, that's pretty
It's
soon.
not for too long. It's for like
UK's
2
fun.
weeks. UK shows are really good. Food is fucking butts. Absolute butt.
It depends on what kind of food you're eating there.
The Indian food is good, but I can't have
Amazing.
it because reflux.
Right.
So I
Thai
can't
food, pretty good there too. Thai food in LA is the best.
Yes.
It's really good Thai food.
Sure. Now,
what's your top 3 Thai food in LA?
I don't want to tell him.
Why not? Share the love with people.
I just don't want people to go there.
Night market.
It's a really good one, yeah.
I took
Now,
you
my
there.
favorite one closed.
What is it called?
It was Thai Pepper, like in Hollywood. It was on Franklin. It was run by this, like, the oldest lady you've ever seen. And she was so funny.
Do you do Talasai?
No, I've never had it.
Dude, it's on Ventura. It's really good.
But this lady, I brought my parents there. And my dad was like, hey, should I get this? And she was just like, no, it's not good. And he's like, what? And she's like, don't get that. And he's like, well, what should I get? She's like, get this.
Have you ever done Jitlada?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Yeah.
Anajak and Encino?
Anajak. No, I haven't had that one.
Good.
You got to do my favorites around like this area. You got to go to Now on 9.
Okay.
It's crazy. That's my favorite Thai iced tea for sure.
Cool.
Yeah. They got the best one. Because that's the thing. They're actually, dude, you know what's one of the craziest like crossovers for me, and this is the only place I've seen do it. So my favorite soup in the world is Tom Yum soup, right?
Oh yeah,
the chicken. So there's a place called Spice Season on Ventura.
Spice Season's good.
It is,
yeah.
But they have a Tom Yum fried rice.
Oh wow,
dude, it is
to try it.
Stupid.
Yeah.
That's like
great.
One of the craziest things.
Love it.
Yeah.
We'll have Thai.
Yeah, boy.
Right, thanks.
Thank you. Alt press is good press.